Hi all. The kind folks at LAMTTO contacted me recently and asked me if I wanted to test out their Dashcam. This is a 360-degree view, 4-channel Dashcam, front and rear and side. It's got 5G Wi-Fi and controls 8-control IR night vision parking monitor, emergency recording, and they also include a 128 gig SD card. You can buy this in Canada for $199.99, and they currently have a coupon that drops the price to $169, or you can buy it on Amazon in the States for $109. Both available on Amazon. Now this camera can record in 1080p on 4 channels, or you may choose to change those settings to 1440 front and rear and 720p on the sides, which is really good because I prefer clarity more front and back than on the sides. And you don't have any subscriptions and stuff like that for this one, so that's kind of cool. So this camera can be hardwired if you want to use the parking mode, so the car is always recording what's going on around it, and in case of a G-shock it'll save the clip, so in case someone nicks your vehicle it'll trigger it to save a clip. This here is your rear camera. Pretty long cable, and you have to feed it. They give you the tool to pop your moldings off near the headboard so that you can run the cable. This is for plugging it into your outlet in case you don't want to do a hardwire job. And this is the complete kit for hardwiring it to your vehicle. It's actually pretty simple. You pick any 2 empty fuse slots and stick those in, and a ground. The interesting part about this camera is this is what faces forward. That's the forward facing camera. These rear ones, these side ones, you can rotate even towards you if you want, up and down, or just to the sides, which is kind of cool. This sticks to the windshield, but you can pop it off if you need to access the SD card, which is right there. Charging port. At first I thought that this camera was massive and it was going to obscure my view because I currently have a Dashcam mounted there right behind the mirror. But the cool thing is that if you put this if you're sitting in the driver's seat and you put it on the right side of the mirror behind it, you don't see the camera. Your passenger will see this big thing there, but you as a driver have no obstructed view because it's right behind your rear view mirror, so that's kind of cool. It's actually quite nice and lightweight, and I'm really anxious to test this thing out. I won't be hardwiring it just yet, but I will be testing it out and see what kind of footage this thing captures. It's supposed to have WHR, which is like WDR, which is kind of like HDR. And the rear camera, because I have a pickup truck with a cap on it, it'll have to go inside and it'll have to look through the tonneau cover to see how it goes. So we'll see. I'm really anxious to show you guys what this thing can do. Okay guys, so as you can see, I put the camera in the car, or my truck, and I didn't run the cables under the headliner for now, just so I can test the camera. And you see it doesn't really obstruct your view, even though the camera is quite large, but you can see underneath that it's there. Now let me show you how it looks like in the back. Now in the back I did decide to mount it behind me so I don't see it on the glass. And we'll see what the footage looks like. Now let's go back inside because my wife took the truck for a drive, so we'll see the footage. So this is the footage captured from the front camera. So the way I set up the camera is I wanted 1440 front and back and 720p on the sides. So as you can see, it's pretty decent footage. The sun is a little washed out, so it's struggling a bit with that. But all in all, the picture is quite clear for 1440p. Here we have the footage from the right side pointing camera. And this one is set at 720. Like I said, you can have all four at 1080p, or you can go front and back 1440 and 720 on the sides. So for 720 on the sides, it's actually quite decent. The sky's got a bit of a weird greenish tone, so it is what it is. But in the end, you know, like if you're involved in an accident, the footage is there and it's quite clear. So here's a quick view of the camera pointing to the left towards the driver. And as you can see, I told you my wife was going to be taking the truck, and now I can spy to see what she's doing. But again, you see the quality is quite decent, you know, and it does its job. No qualms about that. Now here's the image being captured by the rear camera. I'm pretty sure it would do much better on a vehicle that doesn't have a big cover on the end of a pickup like this, unless you wire it directly to the rear window. But yeah, it's actually doing a pretty decent job. You can see what's going on. You can see if you're going to get rear-ended. It captures everything. Could it do a little better in metering? I think so, and I'm sure they're going to be working on that going forward. So these are my final thoughts. Would I recommend this camera? Yeah, for the price point, you really can't go wrong. Like I said, it's $199 in Canada, much cheaper in the US, both available on Amazon, and they usually throw in a coupon code in there so you get it cheaper. What they need to work on, if they want to really bring it up a bit, give it voice control so that you can save a clip and tell the camera to save a clip, because besides that, there's no other button to even lock a clip other than tapping the camera and activating the G-Shock sensor to say, okay, save this clip, right? And besides that, awesome camera. Yeah, because so far the only other way to save the clip is to actually access it through your phone and connect the camera via Wi-Fi and find the clip and then lock it there. That's the only way for now. So let me know what you guys think and if you're actually thinking of buying one of these.